Session 2. I'm not too cool for school, but I wanted the shades on to let me be able to differentiate between which one was being recorded now. And this one is talking about a few different things that I still didn't quite get out, where the premise of 5 years from here is about if you were to walk through a door and the calendar was, instead of 2026, it was 2031. Based off of your day-to-day routine, your behaviors, and your mentality, would you like where you would be at from now, or would you want things to be able to be optimized or changed in your life? And it's something, especially as you get older, that it's easy to think about because you have the perspective of being able to look back on time and seeing how the time was used or misused. And we all got one life to live, so it's not like you should be doing this or should be doing that, but you want to make sure that, you know, as people ask what's the meaning of life, is that you make your life be more meaningful. So put more meaning into it, make it full of meaning. And one of the things that people kind of just do, you know, haphazardly without giving it much thought, is how they look at their calendar. And if you was to look at your calendar and the activities that you have, even the allotment of time that you use for your activities, are you going in the direction that you want to go in based off of how your calendar is set up? You know, if you want to have a goal of being in one of the best shapes of your life, but on your calendar you have going to the gym 2 times a month, you're not in alignment with that, you know. And it's not much better to have it going 5 days a week scheduled and you only show up 2 times. But at least in your calendar, you're creating a mental pathway, just like this path that I'm walking on now, where if you go over it over and over again, you'll find yourself being able to adapt to it. It's just, the biggest thing is how, you know, especially in the US with marketing and all these things that are emotive, that make us feel some type of way, that those feelings are comfortable. And you have to understand that when we're, and I say you, I'm talking to myself, I'm not talking to you directly. I'm not telling anybody what to do. I'm just talking as this, I'll be looking at this later because I'll probably be the only one. And the goal is to be comfortable with being uncomfortable. Like with me now, I've been able to start getting up early and going to the gym the last couple years. But I remember there was a 3-month period where I would just wake up at the alarm and then go back to sleep because I wasn't ready to get up and go to the gym. But I figure at least if I would set my alarm and wake up at the time that I should be waking up to go to the gym, I would start conditioning my brain, my mentality, and my behavior to be able to act in the manner of that. So now I was getting up at 5, but I just moved to going to 4 a.m. and it's been relatively simple. And the best part of it is that when mentally I don't feel like going because I'm drained or I didn't get enough sleep or whatever, my body is still making me get up to go because it's like pushing me anyway. It's kind of like my pet. It makes me just want to go out and walk him because I'm getting nudged. So that body, you know, is part of your identity at that point, because a lot of people talk about motivation, and that's good when you're listening to it, but the next day, the next week, the next month, motivation doesn't work good. And then people talk about discipline and how, you know, you got to work on being more disciplined, and it can work for a while, and if you're doing it consistently, you can say that it's discipline. But from just what I've gathered and research and discussing and talking with other people, I believe that identity, and I did really get a lot of that from Tony Robbins. If you just believe yourself to be the type of person that wakes up in the morning and go work out, that's what you'll do. And creating an identity is the premise of how I start working on 5 years from here, because we do have a subconscious, and I do believe now with the technology available, you know, there's an ability to create what I like to call an overconscious, and the subconscious and the overconscious creates a circle, and that circle is the feedback loop, and the feedback loop is the missing ingredient to your life. If there's anything that you need to accomplish, that you want to attain, that you need to desire, or you desire to have, it's being able to create a way that your behaviors, your mentality, and your actions let you know, are you getting closer to it, or are you moving further away? All right, session 2 is in the books. Thank you for spending time with me.